So yeah, I saw this video the other day. I talked about the whole Valorant situation, like where the basically the guy said something like absolutely obscene. I just never understood like why people like do these things online. Maybe it's because of the fact that there's just no barriers or like that stop them from doing it. But yeah, I saw this video and I basically it was like men are the problem with the game community, and a lot of people will disagree, and I know a lot of people will get upset. Say that like it's not all, but to be honest with you, it is a problem, and I can be honest about that.
She wouldn't last 10 minutes in a COD lobby is not, nor has it ever been, a valid excuse for men to act like pieces of human garbage in gaming. I shouldn't have to play a game where all I say is hi and the whole game is thrown and I'm in hell for the next 40 minutes because men are being emotional.
I'll be honest, I've seen that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've genuinely seen it multiple times where like a woman will just say hello and like the whole lobby just goes to hell. Like it sucks to see, because as somebody like that has grown up and you're just like, bro, in a certain scenario, and if you're black, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How did you know I was black? What about me speaking into my mic allowed you to understand that I was a black person? And then like, it's just like, what was necessary for you to like do that situation at all? Like, even for me, I was like, yeah, like I would get back at, but like, there are still some things and you're just like, bro, like you really went that low
about it. That is not normal. And that's not how the old COD days were, because I promise you, as a man, you have never had somebody throw on the basis of your gender. That doesn't happen. You can say it happens. You're lying. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's such a common thing in the comments of my videos. You guys want to be oppressed so bad that you'll look at a man calling me a telling me he's going to tell me to get back in the kitchen and say it's not a woman thing and say that happens.
Honestly, I don't think that they want to be oppressed. I think some people like being in toxic environments. There are like, especially in certain types of subgenre of cultures, if you know, there are certain groups of people that really enjoy being toxic to others. Like they find it like fun. I don't know how to explain it like any better than that, but there are people that enjoy making other people's lives miserable. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they find it fun, but it happens.
To you too, it doesn't. There's a reason that historically male-dominated spaces are known for being toxic and unsafe. That goes for gaming, that goes for sports. Any male-dominated space is a bad one. That's not me being sexist. That is me saying there is an inherent issue with the way that you guys have your locker room talk that makes everybody else feel unsafe. I don't know how you could possibly find it fun to make other people feel unsafe. No woman is asking men to make gaming a safe space with sunshine and rainbows and everything, but could you please be normal? Because I want to be able to enjoy playing the game.
That's the problem. I think that's the problem there. And I hate to be this guy that's like, they're not normal, but a lot of them are not normal. Like, I think that that's like the biggest issue of the whole situation, is that it's people that sadly do not know how to interact with other people. And the only way they interact is by being, like, best way to say it is an asshole. Like, I feel like that's just something that like a lot of people like do. Even in situations of like growing up or just going to like high school or whatever it is, there's always somebody that has to make, I don't know, I want to say like uncomfortable, but like things weird. And like, even like people would just be like, yeah, bro be doing like mad weird things. He's on weird time and this, that, and the other. But there's so many occurrences of this online that is just so weird. Like you see that person like every single day online making, like, it's like they grouped together and became stronger online. So that's the issue. They're not normal.
Without my body being threatened because I'm existing as a woman. And men are the ones making it unsafe. And I do not care if you feel targeted by me saying men, or if you feel attacked by me saying men. You are part of the problem. If you feel attacked by that, you're part of the problem. If you say just mute them, you're part of the problem. If you sit there and let them say that to me and you don't intervene, you are part of the problem. Because I have a lot of male friends, normal male friends, who don't say slurs and don't threaten people and just play like normal. I understand it is not all men. But if you are not one of the men doing this, it is entirely on you to help stop the men who are. If you don't understand that, and you don't understand power imbalances and gender hierarchy, it's not my place to teach you. I'm not your mother. I'm not your teacher. Close the game for 5 minutes and educate yourself. But stop making this a bad experience for everybody else who's just trying to play the game.
That's fair. I think it's fair. I really do. I think it just like it's a conversation that kind of sucks because it's like, how do you properly even stop it for real? Like, I think that that's always the biggest problem with the whole situation is like, how do you stop these occurrences from happening? I know the biggest thing is like, people speaking up, talking to VCs. I know that that's usually like the biggest way that you can always say it. For me personally, is I usually try to like intersect myself and be like, yo, chill out. Like, with like those type of situations. I will be honest that like, if we're playing a competitive game, yes, things will get like tensions will get high, things like that, whatever it is. Now, like, especially playing with people in the VC, I'm usually playing with my friends. So it's usually like a 10 times more chill than me playing solo by myself. But yeah, I outside of that, it's a very big like situation where I think a lot of people need to realize that yes, some of these people aren't normal. I'm sorry to say it. Like Phil that sits in his room all day and likes to yell at his monitor about like, into the mic about these situations. They might need help. And that's the big thing about it. Biggest thing I just could tell people is to call it out when you see it. That's usually the biggest way to help out, in my opinion.